What must I do? Asked the lawyer in today's gospel. This is a question that all of us have asked at some stage about some choice, decision, or course of action that lies before us. In one way or another, we have asked the Lord, "What must I do? What would you have me do? What is your will in this?" And this seeking out the will of God in any given situation goes by the name discernment. We have choices to make, and we try, by consulting the Lord, to discern what is the right and best and most godly choice to make. Discerning between various options or paths before us isn't always easy. But the thing to always bear in mind is that our discernment is meant to be about things that are in themselves good. The young student must discern and choose, should I be a teacher or should I pursue a career in medicine? Both are good and admirable career paths. The person who has a bit of money to spare might discern, should I give to this charity or to that other one? Both charities are good. In general, it's the choosing between this good thing and that good thing, always seeking the choice that is best. But for some choices and decisions, no discernment is really necessary at all, because the choice or decision is between something good and something bad. Should I cheat on my spouse or should I remain faithful? No need to wrestle with that. Remain faithful. Should I lie and steal to gain some advantage or should I be honest? No contest there either. We seek always to be truthful and honest in all our dealings. Should I bless that person I find difficult or curse them? Though you might feel like calling down 10,000 lightning bolts upon them, the choice needs no discernment at all. We must choose and strive to bless and not to curse. For these kinds of scenarios, no discernment is needed. No need to ask the Lord what we must do, for God never wills that we choose to sin. Now, some things are pretty clear. Other things are a little less straightforward, more complex. And so the Lord has given us guidance about His will in these matters. Not vague guidance either, but very concrete markers, lines that should not be crossed. And we hear about them in today's readings. These markers are the commandments. Summer is upon us. And all those involved in water safety make it very clear that if we are going to go to the beach to swim, we should try to go to beaches where there are lifeguards posted. And if you go to those beaches, you will see here in Ireland 2 red and yellow flags set up along the beach. If you stay within those flags, you will be under the watchful eye of the lifeguard, and you will be out of harm's way, because there are no dangerous undercurrents in the area marked off by the lifeguard using those flags. Within those markers, you are relatively free to go about your watery business, with no big worries or fears about coming to harm. Outside of those flags, however, it's a different story. There can be dangerous undercurrents that could catch a person off guard and quickly drag them out into deep water where they might well up and drowning. Now, no one is forced to stay within the flags, but they would be well advised to stay within their confines. Beyond the flags, they place themselves beyond the sight of the lifeguard and outside of safe waters. Outside of the flags, they put themselves in harm's way. Spiritually and morally speaking, we have a lifeguard and we have the flag markers. Our lifeguard is the Lord, and the markers He set down are His commandments. Through His commandments, He has instructed us on how to remain safe And through the church, he continues to draw our attention to those flags beyond which we should not go. But there is something in us that is drawn to go beyond the markers, beyond the safety of Christ's watchful care, beyond where he wills us to be. And then we sin. And we can easily get trapped in a current of sin which threatens to drag us far away from the Lord. And as someone in water drowns when the water gets inside them, so a soul that drifts in a strong current of sin can end up letting that sin get inside them, and the life of God's grace dies in that soul. And for that, the Lord has a remedy. He comes to rescue us through the sacrament of confession, where we call out to the Lord from that particular current of sin that we've been caught up in, and allow him to come and rescue us once more. It is never God's will that we should choose to go beyond the confines of the commandments. To stay within the flags in a spiritual sense is to live the Christian life, a decent prayer life, a good sacramental life, following the commandments, trying to live honestly and uprightly by the grace of God. What must I do? Whatever you choose to do. Keeping the commandments is a very good start.